I want your movie release date slice. I want this face on your slice.
You want your face on movie release dates? See, what happens is you have to earn that. We're going to challenge you, and we're going to get movie
coward,
release
you got
dates.
a real hero.
That face does not belong on movie release.
He's going to keep it. He's going to keep it.
Oh, I love it. The slice, it's going to be mine soon.
Movie release dates!
What do you got, Sam?
Movie release date.
Wow! Movie release date!
Tom? Tom? I saw you come in here. Where are you? Tom? Hey! What are you doing?
What?
Why are you in here?
I'm not in here.
Yeah,
Here,
you
check
kind of
this
are
out.
in here.
Check this out.
Okay.
I don't even know what this room is about. You know what it is? See? Voila, I'm not even in there. Never was.
What?
Yeah, never was in there.
All right.
What?
So here's what I've got for you. There's a commissioner bowl happening, and we need to get you in.
Yeah, I'm gonna win it.
But the thing is, we can't just put you in. We have to do something about Mike first.
Mike who?
Kalinowski, you know,
Guess I'll
the guy
lose
who
that.
like broke up the den and stole the dog and all that stuff.
He did do that.
Yeah.
He's a loser.
He is. So we're gonna get him out,
Mm-hmm.
and I need your help. I need you to join up with us, all the people that have signed
Okay.
to not show up at Spectacular. So I need you and who's the boss to
Why would I
sign that you're
want
not
to do?
gonna
Why
show
would
up.
I ever in my wildest dreams want to do something like this?
You want to be manager of the year, right?
Will be.
Emma has already signed this. The Shirewolves will not be showing up. She's doing what's in the best interest
So we win the
of
championship
them.
if they don't show up.
No, it's just no one does.
No
It's vacated,
spectacular.
I guess. No Spectacular.
I need the spectacular.
Yeah, well, I need you to sign this. You know how union works, right? Everyone gets together and then they say, we're not going to take this shit anymore, and then things change.
Yeah, Jimmy Hoffa style.
That's not really Norma Ray style is more what I'm going for.
I like that movie. Sally
Okay.
Field, right?
Yeah.
More of a coal miner daughter guy, but anyway. Is this a gel
Newsies
is
is
this a
another
gel-
one.
I like that too.
Yeah.
Is this a gel pen?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I wouldn't sign it if it wasn't. There you go. Now,
Thanks.
carry on real quick. On your
All
merry
right.
way.
I don't care what you're doing.
Sure. I'll probably sell this to some geek.
Chance Ellison, Ethan Irwin, Dan Merle, Stacey Howard, and Draco McWeeny, Ben the Boss Bateman, Clarke Wolfe. The singles tournament begins. The winner of that entire tournament faces John the Outlaw Roca at the Spectacular. What a battle we're in for. To the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. The ultimate Schmoedown continues the singles tournament. We are now at match number 3, and what a match we have today. I'm Christian Harloff.
I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellis, and Christian, we have an all-time legend of the Schmoedown going up against one of the baddest men in the entire league. Clarke Wolfe, one of my close personal friends, versus Ben Bateman, the current curator of my Magic the Gathering collection.
Well, you talk about magic. I mean, Ben Bateman is having a magical run right now, because you look at what he's doing. He right now, combined with teams and singles, is 6-0 in his last 6 matches.
Smoking.
Him and his partner, Mark Riley, which which is a lot of
I was going to say, Mark Riley?
It's kind of, there's some irony there, too, when we talk about who his former partner used to be. But Mark Riley is his partner. They have won the whole entire Anarchy tournament. They will be playing for the team championship at the Spectacular. Ben Bateman also won the first 2 matches of the gauntlet against Janine the Machine and Lon Harris to get himself this spot. Now, the funny thing here is Ben Bateman and Riley will be playing for the championship against Clarke Wolfe and Rachel Cushing, the current team champions.
How do you like that?
Clarke Wolfe's former partner, Mark Riley. So this is the first battle between the Fife Club and Who's the Boss. And speaking of which, Emma Fife and Finstock are back at it again. Who will be manager of the year? We will find out as time goes on. Mark Andreyko has already advanced. He's waiting for the winner of this match. A lot of story already has happened, and the match hasn't even begun.
So many ingredients into this milkshake, or witch's brew, depending on which religion you align with. Christian, it's just an exciting match to watch. It is. The winner's going to advance on, but you got to look at this one as an all-time matchup possibility simply because of the knowledge of the 2 competitors involved.
Absolutely, and again, because Clarke Wolfe is the reigning champion, the team champion, she has had a great year thus far. She also took Sam Levine, the former champion, to sudden death, was a question away from being the champion herself. She's had a great year so far this year, and Ben Bateman is on a historic run. So what is going to happen? Who's going to be playing Mark Andreyko next? Will Wolfe be playing her stablemate, or will Bateman try to get revenge for one of his losses this season? Time will tell, and they talked about it, and we're going to hear it right now.
The Fife Club is back together. Thank goodness this anarchy stuff is over.
You know what's funny? I just saw 2 ladies walking around outside with your belts on.
Yeah.
Ain't that funny?
In some ways, he and Finstock really are the perfect pair. It's not surprising to me that Finstock abandoned JTE and Snyder and immediately thinks that he's hot shit again because he's managing Ben Bateman, who is very similar to him, a big fan of mind games.
I deserve a goddamn t-shirt, all right? I'm fucking over this. I'm over you people looking at me and talking to me like, oh, Bateman's the most underrated player never to play for a belt. You know who's a really good player? Clarke Wolfe. I respect Clarke Wolfe. You know, she's got to be in the top 14 or 15 players that have ever played. I mean, top 20 at least, you know.
20.
She's definitely, you know, she's pretty good.
I haven't played a singles match since I played Sam Levine for the title a long time ago. And while that might be one of my most proud matches, even though I didn't win, it was really close.
You know, I came into these 2 tournaments knowing that if I went 11-0, I'd be the first double belt, double tournament winner simultaneously. More than halfway there, guys. I'm 6-0 right now. I've already started to go down the mountain. Now I'm moving downhill. You're looking at the man.
You know, Mark Riley abandoned me to take a quick break. This is like in Superman 3, when Superman has exposure to bad kryptonite.
Yeah.
And Richard Pryor's dancing around in the background. That can be Finstock. And he's, you know, Mark Riley's sitting there with a overgrown beard, sitting at the bar, flicking peanuts.
Clarke, I respect you. You're a legend in this game. Maybe the 14th best player of all time, but it's time for a new legend to take hold. And it starts today.
The man, hello. Good luck today. I've already beat you once on stage in front of a live studio audience. I'm ready to do it again. You have a very nice suit on, I'm sure. Sock game on point. But at the end of the day, what matters is how you play. So I'll see you later.
The suit's also probably too small.
I mean, you know,
Get
some
it
people
tailored.
like that look.
Yeah.
A lot of talk. I mean, I liked the talk from Clarke Wolfe about how Mark Riley is essentially Superman from Superman 3. He's at the bar, he's drunk, he hasn't found his way back, he's hanging out with hooligans, and those 2 hooligans are Ben Bateman and Mr. Finstock himself. And you heard from Finstock and Bateman. Bateman is determined. He's calling himself the man. He thinks that he is destined to win both tournaments. He is destined to do what Sam Levine did and win both championships, although he wants to do it both at the Spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't listen to what Finstock or Bateman were saying because I was so focused on Mark Riley's icy death stare through those sunglasses. We inch ever closer to the time code that's the actual start of the match. So, Christian, what's the tail of the tape?
Tail of the tape, you've got Benjamin Bateman. His strengths are movie release dates.
He's the wedge.
Oscar movies, and thinking he's the man.
Can we start calling Ben the wedge?
No.
The wedge?
Nah.
Ben? All right.
Then you got the half of the reigning team champions, Classy Clarke Wolfe, whose strengths are horror movies. She's got sci-fi movies, and she also has being classy. That's what she's always done. She's been a classy competitor here.
Yeah, I would say that. Not so much for her opponent.
Are you ready?
I woke up ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown! Introducing first, representing Who's the Boss? Led to the ring by his manager, Finstock, and his team partner, Mark Yodi Riley. The 2017 Ultimate Schmoedown Team Finalist and the 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown winner. He is Ben the Boss Bateman.
Finstock first through the curtain, then Mark Yodi Riley, and there he is. There's the boss with his briefcase. Finstock doing some karate kicks. A little dance, a little kiss, a little birdie to the camera. Finstock has been practicing karate like Jeff Speakman in The Perfect Weapon.
True. So Ben the Boss Bateman, who again is ready to go, and what a run he has been on so far. 6-0 in his last 6 matches. Can he get it done here against Classy Clarke Wolfe?
Is it just a flask he carries in the briefcase?
We'll find out. And his opponent, representing the Fife Club with a record of 6 wins, 4 defeats. She is the reigning Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Champion, Classy Clarke Wolfe. Clarke Wolfe coming in. Clarke Wolfe coming in. Wow, the crowd screams and yells, and everybody
waving with the belt. Clarke Wolfe getting situated with her fellow members of the Fife Club. What a classy intro, making Warren Zevon proud.
Yeah, Classy Clarke Wolfe coming in, her first appearance since winning those titles.
That's right. Is it going to be a handshake / flask situation?
Not actually. I'm excited. I've won 6 in a row. Have you heard?
Yeah, but you won't shake my hand.
Well, do you want some whiskey?
No. I was just doing the thing you do when you're about to play.
Being classy. There it is.
Hey, I'm over.
Classy Clarke Wolfe getting the boss to become classy. I like it.
You
what
know
a
that
movement.
Ben Bateman is now drunk.
That is how you play with a champion. As we get going here, how does round number 1 work?
In round number 1, the field of both competitors is going to hear 8 questions from 8 different corners of the movie trivia galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. As soon as you hear the question, you're going to have, give or take, 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard with the marker we have so kindly provided. Once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote to your camera. At the same time, you verbalize it into the microphone. I'll remind each competitor of your 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a question right, or you just want to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule, and you each have 1 challenge to spend at your will, at your leisure, throughout the 3 rounds.
All right, with that, I'm going to go ask the team champion, Classy Clarke Wolfe. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ben Bateman, are you ready?
I mean, what do you think, Christian?
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Crowd is ready.
Yeah.
Crowd is ready, and we are too. And here we go, competitors. Question number 1 is animated. What comic / actor voiced the saber-toothed tiger Diego in Ice Age?
I bet you have to watch all these movies, being a father of 4 now. 4
2.
little ones running around.
2.
2,
5.
I was close.
4.
Ever so
3.
close.
His glasses on. 2. 1. Pens down, please. And Clarke Wolfe.
John Leguizamo.
It's incorrect. Ben?
It's Dennis Leary.
That's correct. 1 point.
Dennis Leary.
Yep.
And we go to your next category.
Christian, the board's wrong, actually. It's 1-1, right?
1-0.
She got it right, didn't she?
Here we go. Next question.
Okay, we
Next
move on
question.
to Oscars.
Never mind, I must have missed it.
This is the Academy Award category, and your question is, what film released in 1991 won Best Picture at the Academy Awards, meaning the ceremony was held in 1992, but it's the movie was released in 1991. I'm explaining that to everybody at home as well as my partner, Christian Jorge
I'm
Holmes.
chewing ice. 5, 4, 3.
It's a good add-in.
2. Thank you. 1. Ben.
It's The Silence of the Lambs.
That's correct. Clark.
Silence of the Lambs.
2-1.
Hosted by Billy Crystal, one of the best to ever do it.
All right. Next question is dramas. Who stars as Shirley MacLaine's daughter, who shares a lifelong tumultuous relationship with her in 1983's Terms of Endearment?
I'm proud of you. Know why?
Why?
I thought the word tumultuous was going to trip you up, and it didn't.
You were fucking wrong, weren't you?
Okay, Christian.
5.
Can we bleep that out?
4, 3.
It's a family show.
2, 1. Pens down, please. And Clarke Wolfe.
I think I got this wrong. Meryl Streep.
That's incorrect.
Yep.
Ben?
Jane Fonda?
Incorrect. Looking for a Deborah Winger.
Yep.
Deborah Winger.
Any chance you get to write down Jane Fonda, it's always fun around these parts.
All right. Here we
Your
go.
next question is going to come from the wild, wacky world of comic book movies. And your question is, what sort of accident befalls Doctor Strange to cause his hands to tremble uncontrollably? Would you be excited to see, if I gave you a ticket to see Doctor Strange 2, would you go see it?
Oh, yeah. 5, 4.
Didn't sound like you wanted
3,
it.
2. Why are you messing with me? 1.
sound upset.
Pens down, please. And Ben Bateman?
It's a car crash.
That's correct.
Car accident.
You got it. So 3-2. 3-2.
Accident,
Next question.
One in the sink.
All right. Fantasy sci-fi is the next question. Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt star together in which 2014 film?
You will have 3 seconds to write this down.
All right. 5, 4.
Repeat the question.
Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt star together in what 2014 film? I will remind everyone in the audience to shut the fuck up when we are...
All right, that's 2 F-bombs. That's $5 in the jar.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clark?
Edge of Tomorrow.
That's correct. Ben?
You die here. Right here. Live, die, repeat. / Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, you got it.
There you
I
go.
repeat is
All
what I
right,
could
Cops
not
are did
get
a
out of
tough
my
mutter
head.
on behalf of that movie.
All right.
All right. Your next category comes from world of comedies. Bah ha ha ha. Your question is,
It's never going to stop, is it?
in 1996, you laughed.
No.
In 1996's The Nutty Professor, what is the false identity that Professor Sherman Klump assumes when he is his thinner self? We need the first and the last name.
This one I feel is tough. 5.
Huge
4,
fan of this movie.
3.
Life-changing, as a matter of
You would have
fact.
gotten this. 2,
Yeah.
1. Pens down. And Ben Bateman?
Don't have it.
Clark?
Buddy Love.
That is correct. Clark
Buddy
Wolfe, and the crowd goes
Love.
nuts.
And we are tied. No perfect rounds here today, but we do move on to horror thriller. What's the question, Christian?
Horror thriller. Who stars as Abby, a child vampire, in Matt Reeves' 2010 horror remake, Let Me In?
Man, you know, you feel bad for any vampire, but a child. I find that a
they
little.
got. Well, Kristen Dunst was
I
terrible.
think it's easier.
5,
Because you've never known anything different.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Clarke Wolfe?
Chloe Grace Moretz.
Yes. And Ben?
Chloe Grace Moretz.
You got it. Okay. Tie
Nailed
game
it.
still. Last question here, Mark.
All right, time to get loud, time to get proud, audience, because this last category, it's a Patreon question, the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Thanks for supporting it, all our patrons. If you haven't yet, check it out and select which tier is right for you. The following question comes to us from Jake Hammer. This is Jake the Hammer. Jake, thanks for supporting the show. And the question that he wanted is in the world of action adventure films. Question being, actor/martial artist Ernie Reyes Jr. played the lead role of Johnny in what 1993 family action film? He wanted action. He got family action. That's a rare category at Blockbuster.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
That's
I can
1.
certainly do that. Actor/martial artist Ernie Reyes Jr. played the lead role of Johnny in what 1993 family action film?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ben?
Three Ninjas?
Incorrect. Clark?
Surf Ninjas?
That's correct.
It was Surf Ninjas.
Wow. Sorry, I
And
stole
Clarke
it from you again.
Wolfe
Sorry.
on the strength
It was a 50-50
of knowing
shot.
Surf Ninjas, an all-time great movie. Shout out to Ernie Reyes Jr., who also played Kino in Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze.
What a pull there by Clarke Wolfe, and we are now a 1-point lead by the team, half of the team champions.
Yep.
All right, Mark, round number 2. Here we go. How's that work?
In round number 2, known as the Wheel Round, the Wheel of Justice, Doom, and both of y'all's fate. You see that wheel? It's got opponent's choice and spinner's choice on it, and in between you have 10 different categories and 10 different parts of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown galaxy. Each category contains 4 questions. You're going to have to answer those 4 questions. If you get it right off the bat, you get 2 points. If you need multiple choice to help you, you get 1 point. I will remind both competitors that stealing is available in round number 2, and that this particular wheel is special because it is a sponsored wheel from our Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Thank you to patron Jake Burnham for sponsoring the wheel. Jake's sponsored slices include Tim Burton and monster movies, so thank you, Jake, for your patronage, your fandom, and your eyeball viewership. Now, Clarke Wolfe is in the lead, Christian. She's a favorite here today, and she currently enjoys a 1-point advantage over the very, very violently drunk Ben Bateman. So, Clarke, you can either spin the wheel or you can defer to your stumbling opponent.
I will go first.
All right,
Okay.
Clark, please spin
Clark stepping up.
spin from the wheel, please, and not the pegs.
Giving Ben Bateman time to drink some water. Maybe a cold shower's in order.
All right, and there's the spin. The wheel and Clark have had a very interesting relationship.
Yeah.
In her first season, they didn't get along. They've been getting along very well this season.
Clark's staring at that wheel like she doesn't quite trust it, but she wants to maybe rekindle a pen-pal relationship. It's coming around to spinner's choice. It's not quite going to hit that. It's going to be drama.
Ooh, drama. Oh, Tim Burton.
Wow.
It hits
Does
Tim
that make
Burton.
a difference?
Does it make a difference?
It's one of Jake Burnham's slices.
She's going to spin
She's
away.
spinning again.
Spinning away from Tim Burton.
She knows a little something about Tim Burton.
Wow, that is I love the spin by Clarke Wolfe here.
You just got you got to hope for Clark's sake that it doesn't land on something like an opponent's choice. But Clarke feels like there's other wheel slices out there that better suit her game at its current state.
She wanted. She didn't want Tim Burton. Didn't
coming
feel good.
around. It's not going to be.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Christian.
It hit. She spun it, and that wheel has been her best friend because she did it. She spun again. It happened to be a choice. It hit her strength.
Horror movies. Unbelievable spin.
Clark choosing to spin again, and the wheel and her have become close friends as of late. Here you go. All right, Clark. What classic horror actor stars as a vengeful artist who creates a deadly wax museum in 1953's House of Wax?
Vincent Price.
That's correct. Okay.
Clark off to a strong start in a category well suited to her.
In Hereditary, Charlie has a personal habit of making what kind of sound throughout the film?
She clicks her tongue.
That's correct.
Dude, it's so creepy.
All right. What was Ash's final line in Army of Darkness?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, come get some? B, names Ash, housewares? C, hail to the king, baby? D, all hail the king?
Hail to the king, baby.
That's correct for 1 point.
Goes to multiple choice, pays off 1 point.
Your final question here, in what 2011 horror film features a family reunion getaway that becomes attacked by mysterious killers in animal masks, but one victim is determined to fight back?
You're next.
For 2 points. Clarke Wolfe takes horror. It is very nice to her, and it is now a 8-point lead that she is able to enjoy as Ben Bateman hits that wheel. Ben, please spin from the wheel, not the peg.
That's right. It's kind of fitting. Clarke Wolfe's answer was you're next. Ben Bateman now next up to the wheel. Will it be as kind to him as it was to its new BFF, Miss Wolfe?
Well, he's looking for movie release dates. You know that. He's looking for movie release dates. That's a category that has been very kind to him.
It's a big fan of that category. He's even, as a matter of fact, I believe he's on the wedge.
And it's coming close. But no, it's going around, and it's going to hit Brad Pitt, I believe. Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt.
What does he do?
He does a number of sit-ups on his day. Okay.
You're going to get 10 seconds.
Expert advice.
You're going to get 10 seconds. You got to stick with Brad Pitt.
Finstock.
5.
Anytime you have a question in life,
You're going to take it.
ask
Taking
a guy
Brad
in a beard
Pitt.
mask.
All right, taking Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt it is.
Brad Pitt is the selection. Ben Bateman. After consulting with your manager, you decided to stick with Brad Pitt. Can't imagine what words of wisdom went on between the two of you.
He's a smart guy.
Your question is, Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard are World War II operatives in what 2016 film?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Allied.
It is, in fact, Allied for 2 points. Bateman cuts the lead to 6. If he gets the next 3 right, we're going to be tied going in to round number 3. Your next question, Mr. Bateman. Who directed Brad Pitt in The Counselor?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Ridley Scott.
2 more points going Ben Bateman's way. Cuts the lead to 4. Your penultimate round 2 question. Which MCU star has a small role as Oakland A's first baseman Scott Hatteberg in the Brad Pitt film Moneyball?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
What MCU star has a small role as Oakland A's first baseman Scott Hatteberg in the Brad Pitt film Moneyball?
And that is his second one. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Chris Pratt.
Star-Lord it is, and he's within 1 question of tying Clarke Wolfe going into round number 3. Ben Bateman, your last question. In round number 2, in the film California, Brad Pitt played a serial killer. Who played his girlfriend?
California with a K, right?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Juliette Lewis.
Wow.
It,
what a
in
game.
fact, is. And that
What
is
a
2
game
points, and
so
we
far.
are tied going into round 3, Christian.
All right, we are tied going into round number 3 as these two are fighting hard here. It is Wolf 13, Bateman 13 as we get to round number 3. How does that work, Mark?
Round number 3, this will determine who moves on to the next round. We might have a sudden death on our hands. We're about to find out. Each competitor is going to give us a series of 3 numbers. These numbers may range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different category in the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. The first question you hear for yourself is going to be worth 2 points. Your next one is worth 3 points. The last one, should we make it that far, 5 big points. There is no stealing. There is no penalty for missing a question in round number 3. Clarke Wolfe, Ben Bateman, you two are tied, but because Clarke Wolfe is the favorite going into the match, you're sitting on that side of the desk, you will give us your 3 numbers first. What feels lucky?
4, 12, 19.
4, 12, and 19 it is. Mixture of odds and evens. We go to Ben Bateman.
I'm going to go 3, 7, and 17.
3, 7, and 17.
Very
for Ben
popular
Bateman.
numbers for Ben Bateman, as I've noticed.
We start with Ben Bateman.
Hey, Clark, good luck. You're doing really well today.
Thanks, buddy. You too.
All right, here we go.
All right, Ben. You selected number 3, as you generally do. Your 2-point question is going to be in the world of sports.
I love sports. I'm a fan.
Well, these aren't sports. These are sports movies.
Great.
Your question is, who played Willie Mays Hayes in the film Major League?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Wesley Snipes.
2 points for Ben Bateman, and he has the lead, and the onus is now on Clarke Wolfe to match.
All right.
I'm drunk. I can't believe I got that right.
Clarke Wolfe had... Shh. All right, quiet. Guys, rom-coms, Clarke Wolfe, category 4, rom-coms. Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling both starred in La La Land. In which romantic comedy did they make their first movie debut together?
Crazy Stupid Love.
For 2 points. That is correct. Clarke Wolfe ties it up back to Ben Bateman.
And boy, is it ever Crazy Stupid Love. We go back to Ben Bateman. You selected number 7, as again you're wont to do. For your 3-point question, this falls in America's sweetheart, Julia Roberts. And Julia Roberts, a regular reviewer of the program. Hello, Julia. Your question for 3 points. In the movie Hook, what word does Rufio and the Lost Boys constantly use as an excited battle cry?
Really?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
That's the last one.
In the movie Hook, what word does Rufio and the Lost Boys constantly use as an excited battle cry?
5, 4, 3, 2.
Believe.
The crowd is stunned. We were looking for Bangarang.
Bangarang. crowd
for
loses it.
Bangarang.
Clarke Wolfe
and he
loses
takes a
it.
long pull off his whiskey.
Yeah, all right. So it bounces. So the three-pointer now jumps back to Clarke Wolfe.
What was the answer?
The answer was Bangarang. So Charlize Theron is Clarke Wolfe's category here. Clarke Wolfe, Keanu Reeves, and Charlize Theron starred in which 2001 romantic drama?
Sweet November.
Correct for 3 points. Clarke Wolfe has now put herself in a position to win this game. If Ben Bateman hits his 5-pointer, it will bounce back to Clarke Wolfe and give her another opportunity to win the game. However, if Ben misses it, Clarke Wolfe will advance and will be playing her stablemate, Mark Andreyko, in round number 2.
Will Ben Bateman answer his 5-pointer, or will it be a sweet November for Clarke Wolfe?
I like what you
Thank
did there.
you.
Yeah, well, it kind of works.
The crowd is divided on my excellent pun.
All right, here we go.
All right, Ben. Ben, this is your 5-pointer. It's the last stand in the term of the X-Men. 90s movies is your category. Any movie that came out in the 1990s is eligible. Your question for 5 points to gain an edge over Clarke Wolfe. In the 1995 film Friday, what is the name of the neighborhood bully that protagonist Craig fights at the end of the movie?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Debo.
It is, in fact, Debo.
It is Debo.
And Ben Bateman has taken the lead over Clarke Wolfe. She has her 5-point question. This will determine the winner of the match right here, Christian.
Clarke Wolfe has now gotten Thriller.
Want some, Clark?
If Clarke Wolfe hits this, she will advance. If she misses it, Ben Bateman will advance. Clark, Thriller. Clark, what 1971 thriller features Dustin Hoffman as a meek American who, after settling down in rural England with his wife, faces increasingly violent harassment from the locals?
Straw Dog.
And your winner, advancing to the next round, Classy Clarke Wolfe.
Look at the
beats
joy.
Bateman, and the Fight Club comes out.
They're so happy. I don't know that I've ever seen Draco, Emma, and Rachel this happy after any of their own victories. They're celebrating their teammate, Clarke Wolfe. What a win. Ben Bateman, hell of a performance. The guy knows his movie trivia across the board. But Clarke Wolfe, she spun hard on a respin. That was taking a big risk because she had Tim Burton in the bag.
Yeah.
She went for it all, and she got it all with Har. And then she gets Thriller to close out the 5-point category. Luck went Clarke Wolfe's way, and also a hell of a lot of movie
It's
trivia.
all about Bangarang. Bangarang was the thing that did Bateman in. Had Bateman seen Hook recently, Bateman wins this match, but he didn't. And Clarke Wolfe does the first thing that she's never done in her career. She has advanced into the second round of a singles tournament.
Wow.
She now plays against Mark Andreyko. They go head to head. The Fight Club explodes now in round number 2.
They're going to be torn up. It's going to be interesting, but that'll be debate for another day as to how those alliances line up for today. The entirety of the Fight Club very excited about the victory here with Clarke Wolfe.
What a match, but Fife takes a victory from Finstock in the first battle between the Fife Club and Who's the Boss. That's the first time Bateman's had defeat in the last couple of months, and it is now what a battle. That was one of Wolfe's best performances of her career, and she sits at 23 points. 23 points, that is a point less than the leader, Ethan Irwin, had 24 points. And now we're going to talk to Jen Sturger, who is with the victor, Clarke Wolfe, and Ben Bateman. Here we go.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Who's the Boss and Ben Bateman. Ben, you hit Bangarang. This is a completely different match. And I think we can all agree that you and Clark may have just put on one of the best matches of the year. And I know that doesn't make things better right now.
First of all, great match by Clark. She played great.
Yeah.
No question about that. You know, some people cry in Ferraris and some people cry on bikes. We cry in Ferraris.
Ben, obviously you're disappointed with this. What's going through your head right now?
Nobody likes to lose. It's disappointing. It was a good match. We played a hell of a game. I can't take anything away from Clark. She dealt with the match the way she should. I'm focused on the spectacular. I mean, I don't know really what else to say about it. It's disappointing.
I know what else to say about it. I mean, look, she rolled horror again. I think every time she plays, she rolls horror. There's something up with that. No one's that lucky. This is our first loss. But look, we'll have a chance to redeem ourselves. That's not a problem here. You know, they're wearing the belts out there, parading around, eating pizza and stuff like that. You know, we'll see what happens on, December 22nd.
Obviously, I mean, when I'm watching you play, people are saying a lot of the times that you use your JTE role as like a way of psyching people out. Do you think you got so caught up with psyching Clarke out that that's why you missed the last question or your three-pointer?
I owned a VHS copy of Hook as a kid. My older brother gave it to me. I like that movie a lot. I remember it. Bangarang didn't come to me. It wouldn't have mattered if I had maybe if I have 30 minutes or an hour and I really marinate on it, but I'm not going to get it in a minute. It's just not there. I haven't seen it in a long time. So it was an unlucky question. I mean, 40% of this game is luck. Everybody knows that. 30% skill, 30% personality. So you play your best game, you come out, you try to do your best, and I'm going to beat Clarke. Like, that's going to happen. Give me some time, I'll get there, and I'll be back at Spectacular. I'm going to beat Clarke in a very short order here. So that's what's going to happen. That's the end of my interview. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Ben. No, we're done with you. And now for something completely different. Thank God. I'm here with Clarke Wolfe and the All Smiles Five Club.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Clarke, that may have been one of the best performances. Not to put away the rest of your career, that may have been one of the best performances you've given ever at the Schmoedown. You've got to be feeling ecstatic right now.
I feel really good. I mean, I truth be told, was not really expecting to win that match.
It's a theme of the tournament here. It's players in the Five Club going into matches being like, oh, I don't think I'm going to win. And yet here we are.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not even about being humble. Like, Ben is on a fucking roll. He has been playing his ass off, and he is so good at this game. And, it was close, and that's all I really wanted was for it to be close. But I'm really glad that it went my way.
Yeah. And while Ben is really great at playing this game, I think we can all agree that Ben and whatever team he's been on has been really great at the psychological warfare involved in this game. And I have to give you props for keeping your cool throughout that entire match.
Thank you. I mean, anytime I see somebody locked in like that, my instinct is to sort of do the opposite. And just sort of smile a little bit. And, if it works, it works.
Horror.
Yes.
Thriller. What is happening?
Okay, so let me just address something really quickly here. Number one,
rolling horror.
Yes, rolling horror. Number one, the wheel is part of the game. So yes, Clarke has had great luck, and for that we are very, very thankful. However, Ben got Brad Pitt, and it was all who played this and who was in this movie. Meanwhile, Clarke had some plot-specific questions, so I'm just throwing that out there.
But for the record, Ben did better than I did in round
That
two.
is true. He did.
I did not get all 8 points, and he did. So he actually surpassed.
It's not an insult to Ben at
No,
all.
no.
It's just what happened with me and Snyder. It's the equity of the questions in the wheel.
Yeah.
And I mean, I hate to point this out, but this is the first time that you're advancing in this tournament.
Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm, like we said. Yeah, I'm as surprised as anybody. But I've had a really bad run of luck in the tournaments in round one specifically for singles, and so I'm happy to break the curse.
and also, again, it's outstanding that Clarke and Andreyko both are coming into their second rounds of this tournament, having beaten really, really strong competitors. I mean, once again, that was such a close game. I think going into the final round with them being neck and neck, I mean, there was no way that Clarke was going to walk away from this looking bad, even if she did lose. And it just so happens that she didn't. But Ben also, his reputation doesn't suffer at all either. He's an incredibly good player.
I gotta say that hats off to the matchups here. These have all been exciting, close matches. These have all been nail biters, and even the people that lost these matches have nothing to be ashamed of. These were crazy matches.
Like you're saying, every one of these matches has been hard, and the next one for you guys is each other. no different.
Let me go on the record right here and say this. If I lose, I win. If I win, I win. This is going to be like the match Drew and I just played.
Yeah, same.
This is going to be what Schmoedown is. Community fun, mutual respect, love, and whoever wins, wins.
And it's going to be a great game.
And it's going to be so much fun. I'm terrified of her. I'm so excited.
Well, it'll be really interesting to see how it plays out, too, because I think you guys have very similar interests, so the wheel's going to be...
Surprise, surprise.
Oh,
Guys, like, we're in the middle of something here.
I'm tired of you, and I slept 16 hours last night.
You don't look
cool.
You know,
Yeah.
well, no, I use exfoliating stuff on my eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what? You can't beat me.
I'm pretty sure I just actually did technically in the last match. And
No. Only one person's ever beat me in my life, and that was my ex-girlfriend. But I paid her to do it.
Okay, I think we have a different interpretation of the word.
Finstock, I've beaten you in Schmoedown.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah, but that was like, I don't know. I don't remember that.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
selective memory
don't
loss. I
remember.
got it. I got it.
Yeah. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Clark.
Nice to see you.
You know, I said it in the match, said it in the interview, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to beat you.
Okay.
You're a great player.
Thank you.
I respect what you've done in this league. You're easily the 14th or 15th best player that's ever played, you know? Really impressive stuff, but I'm coming for you. And the first thing I'm going to do is take you out at the Spectacular.
Okay.
So good luck. And Rachel, coming for you after.
Cool.
So good luck, ladies.
I mean,
have fun. Have fun with the belts.
Speaking of experience, don't worry.
No, I'm not, because I've actually beat you twice now. So we're good. But I'm not as interested in you, Ben. I'm sorry. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Finstock. Profesh. Come on.
That's my car outside.
Anything else, really?
Yeah, no. So Riley and I actually have not talked about anything that's happened over the last however many months.
Yeah.
I've heard what all they have to say. What do you have to say about all this?
That was a great match. I will forever be a fan. And you know me, if the situation was reversed, you'd want a belt. That's just me too. We're gonna have an awesome match. I can't wait to play you guys. It's gonna be so much fun. But I want the belt.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, all right.
I can respect that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, me too. But
It's gonna be that kind of thing. That's all. I'm excited. And that's all I'll say.
Okay.
Back to you guys.
Well, how about that? The Shirewolves and Who's the Boss going face to face, and they're getting ready. They're sizing each other up. Clarke Wolfe and Riley had a few words, which I enjoyed watching. And we are now going to just a few weeks away before we see those teams go out together. But the question is, who's going to be playing in that main event? We now have, on one side of the bracket, we now know that in our semifinals, we have Clarke Wolfe going up against Mark Andreyko on one side. And now on the other side, we have Ethan Irwin waiting for the winner of the match coming up here soon between Dan Murrell and Stacey Howard. What a tournament it's been so far, and we've already had some upsets. I mean, by favorites, maybe not, but if you look at Andreyko over McWeeny, I think Andreyko was shocked that he won that match, and now he faces Clarke Wolfe.
Yeah, I mean, as great as these first-round matches have been, it just gets hotter and hotter as we see already some of the matchups we're going to be having in round number 2. Regardless of what you at home thought of my Sweet November pun, we would love for you to join the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon. Become a patron today. Select which tier is right for you. You can also check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page and the Schmoedown Rundown wherever you digest your podcasts.
And like I said, guys, in the beginning of this or the other matches too, it's all important, but you guys, make sure you comment, make sure you hit the likes, and join the Patreon today, because if you look at it, it's really like 13, 14 cents a match if you join the $1 tier. There's a lot of different exclusives that you can get. And the other thing is, too, the season premiere of Season 6, it happens in New York.
Want to
buy your tickets now. Schmoedownlive.com. Get your tickets. The singles championship will be on the line. The winner, whoever wins at the Spectacular, whoever the champion is at the Spectacular, will be defending that title at New York. Make sure you get your tickets now. All right, so for Mark Ellis, I'm Christian Harloff. We'll see you next time.
So like they're like 5, 4, 3, 2. I go repeat the question, right? I'm like, and, it's like, you know this.
So you're stalling on purpose?
I mean, not every time, but sometimes I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a moral. Yeah, but yeah. Speaking of moral,
It's a future champ.
what's up, boss?
Hey,
How you doing?
What's going on?
So, what's happening?
Look, I mean, I came here to tell you guys something. It's basically, It's a small chance. Like I'm talking thin, razor thin, Paul Servino garlic thin, minuscule.
Yep.
Like very, very like.
Get to it.
Like
Yeah.
We might not be going to the spectacular.
What?
Whoa, back up there, champ. What do you mean we're not going to the spectacular? Might not go.
What did you do?
Look. It's not about us. It's about everybody, and it's about this idiot Thad and the idiot.
What did you do, man? What happened? Why aren't we going to the spectacular?
Brienne had this contract that you signed. We're boycotting, and everybody signed it. Emma signed it. So it's like the Shirewolves ain't there. We don't even have to be there.
You signed it?
Did you sign it?
I signed it with the name Frank Dagnino. I mean, if that makes any sense. I mean, it's loop.
It makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Good work, boss.
I got you guys back.
You take care.
You know, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. You know. All right. See you guys. Fuck. I should have signed it Frank Dagnino. Damn.
What's up, Schmoedown fans? Frank here, and it is time for your Schmoedown breakdown.
And your winner!
Heading into this one, Ben Bateman, having won the gauntlet, was on a 2-game winning streak, and as for Clarke Wolfe, this was her first match in the singles league since her title match 6 months ago. While Ben did hold a lead for the first half of the first round, Clarke outscored Ben 3-1 in the final questions to gain a 6-5 lead heading into the second round. Ben Bateman in his first 4 matches in singles was averaging 6.5 points, but in his last 4, he is now averaging 4.5 points. Into the second round, Clarke goes first and eventually lands on Horror. She goes 4 for 4 for 7 points, giving her an 8-point lead over Ben. But Ben would come right back in the Brad Pitt category, going 4 for 4 himself, except he earns all 8 possible points to tie things up at 13 apiece. In the final round now, both answer their 2-pointers, and when it came time for Ben's 3-pointer, he could not capitalize.
Believe.
The crowd is stunned. We were looking for Bangarang.
Bangarang. And the crowd loses it. Clarke Wolfe
and he
loses
takes a long pull off his whiskey.
Yeah, all right.
Clarke would answer her 3-pointer, forcing Ben to hit his 5-pointer, which he would do, and that meant Clarke would get the final question of the match to win the game, which she does, and locks up the victory by a score of 23-20. Going inside the numbers, we look at Ben's play for the match, and in a weird coincidence, this is the 3rd straight match in which Ben has been asked 15 questions and correctly answered 11 for an accuracy rate of 73%. As for Clarke Wolfe, she went 13 of 15 for an accuracy rate of 87%. This is Clarke Wolfe's best match of her career. While she does tie a career high for accuracy in a game, she earned 88% of her available points, which is the best she has ever done in a single match. If you want to find out other stats about this match and from around the league, check out SD Rundown Stats on Twitter. And don't forget to check out the Schmoedown Rundown every Saturday on the Collider Podcast Network, on YouTube, and the Collider Factory podcast feed. This has been your Schmoedown Breakdown.
How's it going, guys? If you didn't know about the Patreon, you guys have a chance to support the Schmoedown. Now, myself, Mark Ellis, we've taken over the production. Basically, you guys have 16 tiers to choose from. We're trying to give back to the fans. Go and check it out right there. If you want to support the Schmoedown by becoming a patron today, go ahead and do it. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you've given us. And yeah, there's some really crazy tiers in there. I'd love to get your opinions on it. Now, go enjoy the match. Go, do it. It's a good match, for God's sakes.